God, source, energy, universal energy, the higher power energy. It's there to support you, but how often do we ignore it?
Welcome to the Words of Wisdom podcast. This is the place to be to raise the consciousness within in order to create a life and business of ease, flow, and freedom. This podcast offers inspiring stories, strategies, and special guests to help you become your most aligned self. I am 𝗚ฑ์😂😶, a former NBA Toronto Raptors dancer turned ICF accredited spiritual life coach, founder of Goddess of Wisdom Spiritual Life Coaching, and 𝗺ecie Academy Coach Training. My soul's mission is to show you the impossible is truly possible. Thank you so much for joining me here today. Let's get to awakening your soul's wisdom.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Words of Wisdom. I'm so grateful to have you here today. I truly appreciate you taking the time to listen to this podcast, and I truly hope it is serving you and helping you in calling in your desires and living a life that's in alignment to your true being. Today, I want to talk about how much do you trust your desires being supported by the universe, by God, by the divine? How much do you trust that you are being supported in this moment? The reason I bring this up is one thing I notice a lot with my clients and even within myself. I teach a lot from experience. And one of the things is we move through our goals, and the way we do is based on how much we feel supported by the divine masculine. Everyone has different words for this, and I'm using it interchangeably. The divine masculine, God, source, that's often associated as a male energy, a masculine energy. And Mother Earth, the mother, the feminine, is associated with feminine energy. And so you hear a lot about masculine and feminine in manifesting. I'm not going to go through all of that today. I do have it on my Instagram, Goddess of Wisdom Coach, if you want to go there, and I actually have a chart of how to manifest with your masculine and your feminine. But what I want to focus on today is mainly on the masculine and how often we move through our goals in a wounded masculine state, in a conditioned masculine state of hustle, work hard, keep going, keep doing, do even if you're tired, keep trucking type of energy and mindset. And it occurred to me that not only is this infused in our society, I talk about this a lot, and in different cultures, but it's actually infused in ourselves and how we've been conditioned in our experience with a masculine figure in our life. So if you take a look at a masculine figure in your life, like your closest, say your top, you pick 1, 2, or 3. And you may say, well, I don't have any masculine figure in my life. And that could be, you can use that as well to inform you with your relationship with the masculine. Do you trust the masculine? Have you been supported by a masculine figure in your life? Or have you been let down? Have you been disappointed? Have you been mistreated? Do you feel distrust with the masculine figures in your life? And I want you to take a look, and I'm playing with this in a different way because I think it's really telling. Take 1, 2, or 3 masculine figures in your life. It could be your father, it can be your best friend, it could be your husband, it could be a partner. It could be maybe someone in a spiritual religious organization that you tend to turn to for support and for guidance. Take a look at your relationship with the masculine, with them, and how much you trust and how much you feel safe and how much and how much that influences how you move through and how much you feel supported with your goals. Because if you don't feel supported by the masculine in your life, the masculine figures in your life, this is going to trickle into your relationship with God, with Source, or even vice versa. Maybe you feel betrayed by God. Maybe you feel forgotten by God. Maybe you feel like God doesn't have your back or the universe doesn't have your back. So then that influences that belief and that feeling is going to influence how you move forth. And chances are that means you're going to carry it all on your back. You're going to try to do it all on your own. You're not going to be so open and welcoming to support, even though you're probably craving and wishing it, or admire other people and think, oh, they have a team, or they have so much support, or look at how their partner supports them. They're letting it in. And not to say if people are letting it in, I just want to make this clear. If people are letting it in, it doesn't mean it was always easy to let that in. Chances are they had to do a lot of deep healing to let that in. Or they didn't have the same wounds or experiences as you and I had. Everyone has their different experiences. Everyone has their different stories. Everyone has their different wounds and journeys to work through. So hopefully you're following this. I want you to start looking at your relationship with the masculine in your life. You can look at it with your relationship with God. You can look at your relationship with your father, your siblings, your partner, your bosses, any religious or spiritual figures. How much, and then look how much you feel supported and safe with the masculine. How much you trust the masculine. Because when you trust it and you can surrender to it, you feel safe with it, then it will almost pull back that overdoing energy, the overthinking. You can then show up in the divine, sacred masculine. You'll know when you do decide to move, you're moving forth in a different way, in a conscious, grounded, trusting way. Allowing yourself to feel supported as you move towards your goals, towards manifesting your desires with money, with your business, with love. When you truly feel supported. Because the truth is, God, Source, the universe, the divine masculine wants to support you. It's there to support you. It exists to support you. And this is in no way saying you need to put up with any mistreatment. Not at all. You need to have boundaries. You need to have the discernment to know the difference between wounded and sacred energy showing up for you. But when we're talking about, I want to bring your attention more to God, Source, energy, universal energy, the higher power energy. Because it's there to support you, but how often do we ignore it? Or how often do we unconsciously carry a wound about it, a distrust about it, that God doesn't have our back, that we're forgotten, we're not one of the lucky ones? Or we may say that, yeah, I believe in God, but how much do you actually lean on God? How much do you surrender and trust and talk and work as a partnership with God? Because you are here for a reason. You are here for a greater purpose. You wouldn't be here living and breathing if you weren't here for a reason. God has put you here for a reason. And when you start working in tandem with God, miracles start unfolding. You'll experience more ease, flow, trust within yourself, trust with life. You'll start. For some, this may be easier, but with practice, it becomes easy. especially if this isn't your go-to way of approaching it. And even I myself, I'm still working through this. I consider myself with having a very strong relationship with God, but there's always work to do, just like a marriage, right? There's never a end goal or I've achieved it. There's always a next level. There's always an unfolding. There's always an evolving. So, my intention for you today is to take a look at your relationship with God, look at your relationship with the divine masculine, and allow yourself to be supported so that you are not overworking yourself. You're not moving or feeling and embodying a state of distrust, of burnout, of unworthiness, because there may be a part of you, or is there a part of you that doesn't feel worthy of the divine masculine? And you may be saying, I don't have it in my life with a partner, or I may be struggling with my marriage, or, I don't have my father around, or we never had a good relationship, or I did and he's no longer here. Then you have Father God, Father Sky to start with, to start that healing, to start that journey. And I always just want manifesting to be easier for you. I mean, I believe that's why I'm here, to help you achieve the impossible, to achieve. I believe we're all here to just experience just the richness of life with the most ease. And we're not taught that often. We're often taught the old, wounded, outdated masculine way of going after our goals. And that works for some, but doesn't work for all. And I also believe that doesn't work forever for anyone. There's a moment of burnout. There's a moment you hit the wall. But I'm going to save that for another episode. So I really hope you received this episode, and I hope it served you to help you feel closer to God, to feel connected to the divine masculine, to heal that within you and outside of you, so that you can start moving forward towards your goals in a more supported, loving, empowered state. I hope this serves you all. Thank you all for listening. And if this serves you, don't forget to leave a review, and please take a screenshot and share it, as I love to have more people listen to this podcast. I want to reach as many people as possible to help them live the life of their divine dreams. Thank you so much. Have an amazing day.